St. Cloud's classic rock station, 103 of the Loon. It's Shannon Knight, and on the phone with me right now, Quiet Riot drummer Frankie Banali. Frankie, how are you?
I'm doing great, and you?
I'm doing all right, Frankie. Thanks for asking. First off, thank you for taking some time to chat with me today.
Yeah, sorry I'm a little behind. I was sitting here working on some contracts, so.
It's all good, man. The life of a rock star never ends.
There you go.
So earlier this year, Quiet Riot announced to the world that they're going to be releasing their 13th studio album, Road Rage, in the spring, but that didn't happen because of some changes with the band. It was actually pushed to this summer, and now it's being said that the album's going to be coming out on August 4th. Can you confirm that, deny that?
Yeah, that is a firm date. I've already discussed with the label the promotional plans, what singles are going to drop first, so on and so forth. So yeah, August 4th is a firm date.
Awesome stuff. Really looking forward to hearing that new album. So Frankie, James Durbin, he's now with the band as the new frontman. How did the group come together to agree that James was a good fit from others that you may have had in mind?
Well, oddly enough, the sequence of events, how all of this played out is originally James was my first choice to have join Quiet Riot when we were looking for a singer late last year. But he just signed an agreement to do a residency in Las Vegas, so he was unavailable. And then my second choice had just decided that he had had enough about being on the road, and he decided that he wasn't going to tour anymore. So I had to go with my third choice, and that didn't work out. But coincidentally, at the same time that was going sideways, James was available, and he came on board.
So in the end, it kind of did come full circle. I mean, yeah, it sucked to not get James right away, but you got him in the end, so...
You know, I can only say, people say these things a lot, but in this particular situation, I think it was meant to be. It was worth the wait, and it was worth going back into the studio and recording all new vocals with all new lyrics and all new melody lines to the existing songs that I had written with my writing partner, Neil Citron, and Alex Rossi wrote one track with James, and Chuck is a co-writer on one track, so all the music was already in-house.
Oh, very cool. Well, Quiet Riot going to be performing in Sauk Rapids at the Old Capital Tavern's 5-year bash on Saturday, June 17th. And with 12 going on 13 albums, how are you guys going to pick what songs to choose for the upcoming show that you'll be doing here in central Minnesota? Do you randomly pick them out of a hat? Do you guys have like a certain system where you play certain songs for so many tours and then switch it out?
I give that careful consideration and we haven't played Sauk Rapids in a very, very long time. Generally, that area we haven't played in quite a while. So what I have in mind for the set is going to be, most of the material is going to come from the Mental Health record, which was our biggest record. And those are the songs that the fans are more endeared to than some of the other material. A lot of things from Condition Critical, our second album, some things from QR3, a couple of deep tracks. So, I'm going to make it a classic set, but I'm also going to make it a fun set.
Lunatics, if you're just tuning in right now, I've got Quiet Riot drummer Frankie Banali on the phone with me, talking about Quiet Riot's upcoming performance at Old Capital Tavern's 5th-year bash happening this coming Saturday, June 17th. And Frankie, Old Capital Tavern, they've got some great food and drinks, and with that, you know that someone is going to come up to you guys the night of the show and buy you a drink. Now, with that, I want to know, what drink or shot can you no longer stand after so many years of being on the road?
I think it's Canadian Club, and that goes back to an incident that I had in the late 70s, or actually in the mid-70s. Yeah, so that one has stuck with me. I can't even smell it.
But say if someone came up to the stage with a cherry bomb, a whiskey sour jelly shot, a fireball shot, a Jaeger bomb, you guys would be good for that?
I'm pretty sure we'll belly up to the bar for that.
With that, we got to assign someone to mark down how many times people come up to you with shots and drinks. So, Frankie, I got to ask, because I know some artists do this, do you have something that you always have to have on stage with you when you perform? A good luck charm, in a sense. Like, you have to have a certain amount of change in your pocket. You have to have a certain amount of water bottles behind the kit. You have, like, a golden elephant or an owl somewhere hidden on the stage.
Yeah, I don't believe in Lucky Charms whatsoever. What I do believe in is that, the whole time I was playing with Kevin, we met in 1980, and we played together for 27 plus years. And that was a wonderful experience. And I honestly, every time we ever walked up on stage, Kevin and I walked up on stage together. So still to this day, every time I walk up on stage, I feel like he's walking up on stage with me. So if there's anything I take with me, is that.
Wow, that is amazing to hear. Kevin, so say if someone has never been to a Quiet Riot show before, what's something at your show that they can look forward to the most?
if they weren't around in the 80s, or if they heard what the 80s and 80s music was all about, we are a clear-cut representation. I mean, our show is a fun show. The songs are fun. We interact with the audience, and James is a great frontman. In many ways, he reminds me of Kevin insofar as his energy and the spirit of which he goes about, fronting Quiet Riot. So they're going to get a pretty clear indication of what it was like to come see a Quiet Riot show back in the 80s, but just so much closer because of the size of the venue. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
The only thing that we're missing is just giant hair and a whole lot of hairspray then.
I still have giant hair, and I never needed hairspray.
Well, you never know. The ladies might need it and everything. I remember seeing a photo of my mom. She had giant hair back then, and she informed me, oh, yeah, I had to have 2 cans of hairspray to keep that up just for one night.
Well, we highly encourage it. Go down to the local Target or Walmart and get yourself some hairspray and come down to the Quiet Riot show.
I may just have to do that now just for laughs. Lunatics, Old Capital Tavern's 5-year bash happening this weekend with Quiet Riot performing on Saturday, June 17th. Come on down, celebrate 5 years of great beer, food, games, and whiskey at Old Capital Tavern's 2-day outdoor bash. You can get your tickets online at ticketfly.com and at the bar at Old Capital Tavern in Sauk Rapids. Do know, Lunatics, this will be a 21 and over event. Frankie, thank you so much for taking some time out of your day to chat with me.
Hey, thank you for your interest in Quiet Riot, and really, really, really looking forward to this show. It's going to be a blast.